On July 10, 2020, rapper Lil Marlo was found dead by the police in his vehicle in downtown Atlanta. In an interview with Hollywood Life, the Atlanta PD revealed that on the 7th of November 2020, at around 11:30 p.m., officers responded to a single vehicle accident on I-285 near the Benjamin E. Mays Drive overpass. When they arrived, they would find Marlo lifeless and riddled with bullets. Though his death remains an unsolved mystery for the Atlanta Police Department, there has been much speculation to who the real killer could be. I mean, let's be honest, Lil Marlo was head first in the streets, and where you're really living that life you're a target for everyone. So this leaves everyone Lil Marlo and his gang had beef with as a suspect. He was labeled one of the top ops by most crews in Atlanta. Word on the street is Marlo was ruthless and unforgiving.
Hey, like I just told you, sometimes you don't choose the streets choose you.
Lil Marlo was born and raised in the Bowen Homes, a now demolished public housing project in Atlanta. Growing up there, his biggest influence would be Shorty Lowe, who was also from the same hood. This where he would jump off the porch and into the street life. It was demolished in 2009 because it was becoming a huge problem for Atlanta PD with crimes like unsolved murder, drug dealing, and robberies.
This was a powerful and emotional day for many of the residents who once lived in the Bowen Homes public housing complex. Atlanta is on schedule to become the first major city to tear down all of its project housing. But with that comes change and uncertainty. This is a day that many have dreamed of and others feared would eventually come. The first phase of demolition for Bowen Homes in northwest Atlanta.
On reflection, there's no question that this is the right direction.
I want them to tear it down because people been getting shot in here.
He'd moved to the 9th Ward of Atlanta, and this is where he'd make an even bigger name for himself in the streets. This area is mostly controlled by the Goodfellas Mod and 21 Savage's Slaughter Gang. Marlo would learn a lot from older member of the Goodfellas Mod, but eventually he would branch off and start his own gang with a lot of younger members. The gang was named PFK, or Play for Keeps. Marlo would teach his gang a lot of things he learned from the streets and the older guys he grew up idolizing.
Growing up in the projects, young, wild, like, you know, I caught early though, like, I learned how to, like, I was ahead of, like, people my age. Like, I used to, like, go hang with all the older people from the hood, get all the game, soak the game up, come back, run the game on the young nigga. Like.
After years of being in the streets and hustling, Marlo would find himself at the head of his gang. After spreading his wings through Atlanta, Marlo would run into a man that became his best friend, Lil Baby. Lil Baby would come from one of the worst hoods in Atlanta, Oakland City, and he would have his gang, 4PF or 4 Pocket Full, behind him 100%. His neighborhood is predominantly rolling 60s neighborhoods Crips. Marlo and Lil Baby would instantly clique, with both of their crews getting so much money and having so much respect throughout Atlanta. These two names would start ringing bells.
Like, that's my brother. Like, you know, he from his side getting money, I'm from my side getting money. Like, you know, having sex with the same girls. Like, name ringing, his name ringing, my name ringing. Like, I'm driving, I got all the fast cars, he got cars, and you know.
Marlo would start his musical career after being pressured by his friends to get in the studio because of his image. He was hesitant, but he eventually went in and made a song. After making this song, he called his partner Lil Baby and told him that he should rap as well. This could be their way of getting out the streets and making a way for their families. Lil Baby would get in the studio, catching the ears of QCP and his label. He would drop 2 mixtapes, Harder Than Hard, and Too Hard. This would lead to him being signed by Quality Control Records in 2017, and the rest was history. Marlo could always be seen beside Lil Baby as they both entered the industry around the same time. Lil Baby had even convinced the owner of his label, QCP, to sign Marlo to a music deal as a way of trying to get him out the streets. As time progressed, both of these artists were trying to take being an artist seriously, but this dream seemed to have only be working well for Lil Baby. He entered the game and dropped his debut mixtape featuring the song that would send his career worldwide, the song titled My Dog. Marlo was proud of his friend and still doing well musically, but his music would not blow up as fast as his friends. He would take the money he had saved up from his deal and got right back into the streets.
Better than ever on your music career.
Like, I've been rapping for 2 years, right? But, you know, I ain't take music seriously for 2 years. Like, I can't say, like, I took music seriously the whole way.
Yeah.
Cause, like, I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but now I'm 2 foot in. So, you know, I'm here now.
It's been reported that Marlo jumped headfirst into the streets, beefing with his ops, and even making new beefs with old friends. It's been reported that around that time Marlo and his gang were known for being ruthless and terrorizing the streets. Marlo was known for gun violence and was even said to be dropping large amounts of cash on the heads of his ops. It's been said that he got a close friend killed, who was also a friend of Lil Baby killed, which led to some separation between them. Atlanta artist Hoodrich Pablo Juan was robbed on 3 different occasions. Marlo and his crew are said to be behind the robberies every time.
Real over with. You know what I'm saying? Pussy ass nigga, ain't no more Pablo Juan, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Gucci can get that back for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Gucci can get that back. Pussy ass nigga.
Every time. PFK even had a falling out with 4L because of their alliance with PDE, who were rivals of PFK.
Nigga, I'm from Glenwood, nigga. I'm from Glenwood, nigga. I'm from... Bro, what the fuck do that mean? I was thugging, nigga, and stripping niggas, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. We taught y'all how to step, nigga. All that cap, nigga. Y'all niggas some rookies, nigga. Y'all niggas ain't talking about nothing, nigga. None of y'all ain't talking about nothing. That's why y'all...
On Saturday, July 11th, 2020, Marlo would attend a celebration in Atlanta. Later that night, officers responded to a single car wreck on Interstate 285 in Atlanta at about 11:30 p.m. that night and found the driver, later identified as Marlo, dead inside his vehicle.
First, police say someone shot and killed a man in a single vehicle wreck on the interstate. It happened on I-285 near the Benjamin E. Mays Drive overpass, and it was around 11:30 Saturday night. Investigators believe the victim, Rudolph Johnson, was the intended target of that gunfire. Well, they're also working to determine the circumstances surrounding that shooting. There are several reports this afternoon that the victim was a well-known Atlanta rapper, Lil Marlo.
Officers said the vehicle had over 100 shots throughout it. The leader of PFK and Atlanta street legend was gone. Quality Control Music announced the death of Rudolph Marlo Johnson in a social media post, saying he will be remembered as a man of great talent who feared nothing. Lil Baby posted to his social medias to mourn the loss of his friend. He later said in interviews that Marlo knew what came with the street and the life he was living.
Just see your man slumping on the expressway, you kind of feel some type of way. But if you know the situation and you know what's going on and you know at the back of your head, you know they still come with it. That's a part of the streets. Some people get killed. I know that come with being in the street already. It ain't like Marlo got killed and I was like, damn, boy, you can really get killed out here. I know this. This ain't nothing I don't know.
Many artists posted tributes to Marlo, and his death was a big loss to the Atlanta music scene. The murder of Marlo turned into a cold case, and today it is still a cold case, but there are a few theories about who is behind the murder of Atlanta's rising star. Baby Drill, whose real name is Del Caristo Wilson, is another one of Atlanta's biggest artists today. He comes from the west side of Atlanta and is known to have ties to 4L and Slaughter Gang, groups ran by 21 Savage and Young Nudy. Baby Drill, according to independent Atlanta courtroom reporter George Chiddy, has already had a full life.
Man, that's weird. That whole case is strange. Before we get into that, I just want to say that I have been unable to get all the documents I want on this case because the Fulton County court system has a website that is screwed up and has been for years.
Baby Drill had been accused of a 2022 murder and violations of Georgia's controversial RICO law, which has recently come under scrutiny for its broad application in the case against Young Thug and YSL.
What were you locked up for, if you don't mind me asking?
Murder, shit like that, gang charges.
But you're out.
Yeah, I beat it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Before that, though, he told Revolt he was sent to boot camp at 15 after catching an armed robbery charge, among others, and pursued a welding certification at Georgia Tech. While he was under arrest for the 2022 murder, he was also questioned about the murder of Atlanta's rising star, Marlo. It was some questionable things Baby Drill would say in his music that would lead to police questioning him about the 2020 murder. He'd say in one song that he dropped the biggest op at just 18. In 2020, when Marlo was killed, he was around 18 years old. He'd also rap in a song that, next time the label buys their artist a vehicle, they should make sure it's bulletproof, a diss to QCP about the death of his artist Marlo. Another person linked to the murder of Lil Marlo is another Atlanta artist, Hoodrich Pablo Juan. This theory would make a lot of sense because of the fact that PFK was behind the 3 robberies of Hoodrich Pablo Juan, which left him humiliated. Hoodrich Pablo Juan would be arrested on RICO charges, but also because a weapon found on the scene of Marlo's murder was in his name. Hoodrich Pablo Juan is currently in federal prison for unrelated charges.